Travel back in time with me to the era of great empires and powerful monarchs, an era marked by the rule of Chandra Gupta Mourya. We're talking about a time in history that was as vibrant as it was volatile, a time that saw the birth of an empire that would forever etch its mark on the annals of Indian history. Imagine, if you will, the Indian subcontinent in the 4th century BCE. The lands were fragmented, with multiple small kingdoms vying for power and territorial supremacy. Political instability was rampant, and the air was thick with the tension of impending wars. At the same time, the subcontinent was also under the external pressures of foreign invasions, particularly from the Greek conquest led by none other than Alexander the Great. Now let's delve a little deeper into the societal structure of the period. Indian society was largely agrarian, with the majority of the population engaged in farming and related activities. The caste system was deeply entrenched, dictating the social hierarchy and occupational roles. Religion, particularly Hinduism and Buddhism, played a significant role in shaping societal norms and cultural practices. But this was also a period of intellectual and cultural flourishing. The teachings of great philosophers like Chanakya were gaining ground, and art and literature were thriving. It was a time of paradoxes where instability and growth, chaos and culture coexisted. The external threats and internal disarray created a vacuum, a need for a strong, unifying force that could rally the fragmented kingdoms under one banner. It was a time ripe for the rise of a powerful monarch who could not only defend the lands against foreign invasions, but also bring about internal stability and peace. And it was in this tumultuous period that a young man rose from obscurity to establish one of the largest empires in Indian history, Chandra Gupta Mourya. Our protagonist, Chandra Gupta Mourya, had a humble beginning, far removed from the grandeur of the throne. Born in the heartland of ancient India, Chandra Gupta grew up in the rough and tough terrains of the countryside. His origin story varies with different historical accounts. Some say he was born to a family of humble farmers, while others claim he was of royal lineage. Regardless of his birth, his destiny was to ascend to greatness. As a young boy, Chandragupta was full of vigor and courage. His charisma was evident, even at a young age. It was this irresistible charm that caught the attention of Chanakya, a wise and cunning political strategist. Chanakya, seeing potential in the young lad, took Chandragupta under his wing. This marked the beginning of a mentorship that would change the course of Indian history. Under Chanakya's tutelage, Chandragupta was not only educated in the art of warfare and statecraft, but also in the finer aspects of philosophy and ethics. Chanakya did not merely train a warrior, he was molding a well-rounded leader. Their relationship was not just that of a teacher and student, but rather a master strategist grooming a future king. The training was rigorous, the lessons tough. From understanding the nuances of political alliances to mastering the art of war, Chandragupta was being prepared for a life far removed from his humble beginnings. Chanakya's teachings were not confined to the physical realm. He also instilled in Chandragupta a deep understanding of the human psyche, a weapon as potent as any sword or spear. But it wasn't all work and no play for young Chandragupta. He was also introduced to the complexities of courtly life, the subtleties of diplomacy, and the elegance of royal etiquette. These experiences rounded off his education, making him a leader capable of ruling with both strength and wisdom. With Chanakya's guidance, Chandragupta was ready to take on the world, to rise from a commoner to a king. His journey was just beginning, and the chapters that followed were filled with conquests, challenges, and a legacy that has stood the test of time. The stage was set for Chandragupta's meteoric rise to power. Let's rewind to the time when the Nanda dynasty was in its twilight, its glory fading. Chandragupta, a young, ambitious man with a vision, was ready to seize the moment. But he wasn't alone. By his side was Chanakya, a brilliant strategist, a master of political science, who saw in Chandragupta a leader capable of greatness. Together, they plotted the overthrow of the Nanda dynasty. Their strategy was simple, yet ingenious. Divide and conquer. They exploited the dissatisfaction among the populace against the Nanda rule, fanning the flames of rebellion. Slowly but surely, they gathered support, building an army ready to challenge the Nanda throne. But the path to the throne was not a walk in the park. A formidable challenge stood before them. Alexander the Great's successors, who had their eyes set on the Indian subcontinent. Chandragupta, however, was not one to be deterred. With Chanakya's strategic brilliance, they resisted the foreign invasions, proving to be a thorn in the side of Alexander's successors. Their resistance was not in vain. It inspired the people, bolstered their support, and added to their growing strength. With every passing day, Chandragupta's dream of a unified India was becoming more and more a reality. Finally, the moment of reckoning arrived. The Nanda dynasty was overthrown, its power crumbled, its reign ended. Chandragupta, with the sheer force of his will and the genius of Chanakya's strategies, ascended to the throne, marking the beginning of a new era. And thus the Maurya Empire was born, with Chandragupta at its helm. But this was just the beginning. The real test of his leadership was yet to come, as he navigated the challenges of ruling an empire that spanned the length and breadth of the Indian subcontinent. Chandragupta's reign marked a golden era in Indian history. With Chandragupta at the helm, the Mauryan Empire flourished, not just in terms of territorial expansion, but also in administrative efficiency. His reign saw the introduction of a centralized administrative system, a rarity in those times. The empire was divided into provinces, each governed by a royal prince or a high-ranking official. This system ensured that the vast empire ran smoothly, a testament to Chandragupta's administrative acumen. But the brilliance of his reign wasn't just limited to governance. Under Chandragupta's rule, the Mauryan Empire saw economic prosperity. He introduced a uniform system of weights and measures, standardized coinage, and promoted trade by building roads and harbors. His economic policies aimed at welfare led to an increase in agricultural productivity and a flourishing trade and commerce sector. In the arena of foreign relations, Chandragupta proved himself to be a skilled diplomat. He maintained cordial relations with the Hellenistic world, especially with Seleucus Varsnacator, one of Alexander the Great's generals. This diplomatic connection brought about cultural exchanges that enriched the Indian subcontinent. Yet, amidst his worldly pursuits, Chandragupta did not neglect the spiritual. Late in his reign, he converted to Jainism, a religion that emphasizes nonviolence and asceticism. This change of faith brought about a shift in his attitude towards governance, making him more compassionate and benevolent. In a surprising turn of events, Chandragupta abdicated the throne at the height of the Mauryan Empire's glory. He chose to pass on the reins of the empire to his son, Bindusara, and spent the last years of his life in spiritual pursuits. He undertook the practice of Salakana, a Jain ritual of fasting unto death, seeking a peaceful end to his storied life. Chandragupta's reign was not just about territorial expansion, but also about societal development and religious transformation. His leadership thus laid the groundwork for the golden age of Indian civilization, a testament to his lasting legacy. The legacy of Chandragupta Maurya is one that continues to shape Indian history and culture. His reign, which spanned from 321 to 297 BCE, left an indelible mark on the subcontinent and has been a source of inspiration for countless generations. Chandragupta's rule was characterized by a robust administrative system and a well-organized military structure. His policies aimed at the welfare of his subjects and the consolidation of his empire. These principles of governance have been emulated by many subsequent rulers and have influenced the political landscape of India in profound ways. Beyond the realm of politics and governance, Chandragupta's reign saw a flourishing of arts and literature. His court was a hub of cultural activity, attracting scholars, artists, and intellectuals from far and wide. The Mauryan period is often regarded as a golden age in Indian history, a testament to the cultural and intellectual vibrancy of Chandragupta's reign. Chandragupta's impact extends into the realm of popular culture as well. He has been a central figure in numerous works of literature, theater, and cinema. His life story, marked by ambition, struggle, and triumph, has captivated audiences for centuries. His depiction in these works often highlights his strategic acumen and his commitment to the welfare of his people, reinforcing his status as a revered historical figure. In today's context, Chandragupta's policies and governance continue to be relevant. His emphasis on a strong, centralized administration, his focus on the welfare of his subjects, and his commitment to cultural and intellectual growth are principles that still resonate in contemporary discourse. Gupta Mourya remains an enduring symbol of India's rich past, a testament to the nation's formidable history and cultural wealth. His life and legacy serve as a reminder of the greatness that can be achieved through vision, perseverance, and dedicated leadership.